Behind the scenes where the magic sits is the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you. Welcome into another edition of Bring These Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. It's been a very interesting week in terms of content. I was trying to think of what could I do to end the week, and I saw this exclusive article from MediaTakeout.com. But you all know that we don't just take the article and, talk about it and, expand on it. We have a different system over here, and we utilize public information to be able to understand the destination that we're heading to. So, shout out to Fullerton for commenting in the live chat there. That being said, let's make it do what it do, because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. Yes, indeed. Let's get to it. So we're going to start off with Nikki Gilbert. I haven't seen this fully yet. So this is my first time watching it with y'all. But WIRF TV is Nikki Gilbert's channel. For those of you who don't know who Nikki Gilbert is, she sued the creator of P Valley, which is because I want to get her name right. P Valley. Katori Hall. So she sued Katori Hall over P Valley. It was a huge lawsuit. Thankfully, P Valley's coming back, and the last episode was on August 14th of 2022. So 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. It's been 5 years since P Valley's been on TV. Damn it. We're ready for it. Now, with that being said, let's watch this. Here we go.
I've been dropping little, moments here and there, basically letting the world know that we are, in fact, really excited about R&B Divas and rebuilding this R&B Divas franchise. And it's not just going to be a franchise this time around. It's going to be R&B Divas Universe. What does that mean? What is R&B Divas Universe? R&B Divas Universe is R&B Divas East, West, North, and South. And we've been we've been working behind the scenes at making this thing happen.
Now, wait a minute. Hang on a second, Nikki Gilbert. If you're going to talk to people, can we see your eyes, though? I'm seeing her hat more than her eyes, y'all. It's just, on YouTube, you should communicate. Okay? All right, here we go.
Because I love the franchise. It was a lot for me in the midst of it, like in the middle of it. It was a lot.
See right there, you can barely see her eyes.
And I didn't really know how to
see, she's talking, but you can't see her eyes.
I think I took a lot of it too personally. I think I gave, too much of my attention to my ego and my pride and was too concerned about, what people thought of me, right? And I can say that now because it's been 13 years, right? 14 years since, going on 14 years. For those of you who don't know how the whole thing happened, R&B Divas was the brain. Was born from Soul Kittens Cabaret. So Selena, Monifa, Angie, Terrell Hicks was actually a part of it. Soul Kittens way back in the day, like, you know, so it was just a really great group of women. And in Detroit, 2007, I was like, yo, let's shoot the behind the scenes. Let's show people, you know, the making of this tour for Soul Kittens. And
we're about to talk about the Real House Husbands of Atlanta and how apparently there's a reality show that's supposed to be filming. But as you guys know, we do things a little bit differently over here. We utilize public information to expand the destination that we're going to talk about. So shout out to the 14 people here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all you here. We're watching Nikki Gilbert. Well, we're watching Nikki Gilbert's hat. Talk to us about the return of R&B Divas. So there's going to be R&B Divas North. There's going to be R&B Divas South. There's going to be R&B Divas East. There's going to be R&B Divas West. Now, I'm just going to say this, right? The Housewives franchise has never worked where it's Real Housewives, the Real Housewives of the East, Real Housewives of the South. The franchises of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the Real Housewives of New York works because each state has a different culture, right? So I think for R&B Divas, it was R&B Divas of Los Angeles and R&B Divas of Atlanta, right? So R&B Divas Atlanta, R&B Divas Los Angeles. So to do a north, south, east, west, you gotta really hone in, stomp the yard, and pound the pavement on that. You know what I mean? But let's get back to Nikki Gilbert's hat. Not Nikki Gilbert, because we can't see Nikki Gilbert. She is a ghost. See her hat, though. Okay, let's continue.
Eventually went on, you know, almost 20 years later, because 2027 is around the corner. Almost 20 years later, it went on to become a history-making franchise at TV One. I love that the franchise has a, you know, following of people who are interested in the show still. I absolutely love that. I think it is amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. We are coming back for sure. The show is coming back. I have some really amazing partners that I'm so proud of. Of course, I can't say much about who they are right now. We are doing things differently. We are not going back to the old way, right? The industry doesn't operate on the old way anymore, right? We're not rushing to, you know, get chosen by a TV network. Although a network partnership would be fantastic. A network partnership is definitely something that is in the cards. And we do have an opportunity to do that. But because streaming and global partnerships and technology streaming and tech startup partnerships and funding and opportunities is out there as well. And,
you know, for her to say, I can't say, hey, Linnell, still good to see my friend. For her to say, well, I can't say who the partners are, but streaming and startup companies and this, that, and the third, it's like, you do realize people will Google, schmoogle, right? Chuck Kempire. The way that I see R&B Divas coming back, well, first of all, they can't come to BET Plus because BET Plus right has folded into Paramount Plus, right? So you can't do that. A TV One, you know, homecoming would be huge, of course. I think that would put TV One back on the map because I really don't know who watches TV One like that. Not to say they're not a bad network. The Oprah Winfrey Network could definitely use some new content for sure. Let's look at this real quick here. I'm going to take down Linnell's comment and the banners for a second. This is also relating to the House Husband show as well. So right here, Disney has no black network. NBC Universal, no black network, but black people watch Bravo. Warner Bros. Discovery, Oprah Winfrey Network. Fox has Fox Soul. Next Star Media Group Incorporated has no black network, but they do own the CW, and then Paramount has BET Black Entertainment Television, right? So when you look at all of those platforms, right, could R&B Divas come to Bravo? I'm sure it can. As you guys know, Bravo has, you know, Summer House, it has Winter House, it has the Shaws of Sunset, it has Queen's Court, it has King's Court. So they have been trying to expand to become a general entertainment network. It's still known for Housewives content, but I'm sure R&B Divas on Bravo would definitely work without question. Candy Burris was a housewife for a very long time, so I can definitely see Bravo taking that mantle on. Like I said, the CW, you guys remember when Tyra Banks brought America's Next Top Model to formerly UPN and how that put UPN on the map. I think, R&B Divas in the CW could bring some huge attention to the CW because the CW really has no content right now. Like I said, Disney, you could put it on Lifetime. And I say you can put it on Lifetime because, for one, Lifetime is still a woman-led network, and put Lifetime on the map for Black people. WeTV definitely could be a home for sure. I'm trying to think there's any other platforms. If Disney was not such a dumbass as a company, and they would stop this Hulu-ish of folding Hulu into Disney Plus, and they would leave Hulu, the app, as a platform, and as a site that you can log on to, right? So the app, and I believe the site, is going to go away. If they just leave Hulu alone, I think that R&B Divas on Hulu could definitely bring a jolt of energy for sure. If they bring back the ABC app, that could be the home of free content as well, because we all know that free advertised streaming television free advertised streaming television on demand TV is huge. You have Pluto TV, which is for Paramount Skydance. Then you have Xumo, which is from Chart Communications and NBC Universal. Then you have Roku TV, or the Roku channel, which is independently owned by Roku. There has been rumors that Roku could be bought. I did a live called Disco if Disney bought Roku, which honestly would not surprise me at all. I'm trying to think who else. Redbox had free TV, but of course Redbox, went bankrupt, of course. I'm trying to think who else. It was supposed to be Warner Brothers TV, but that never materialized. There was Freevee, which used to be IMDb TV, I believe, IMDb TV, that used to be free, but no longer, from Amazon. Then there's Star, then there's Zoom. Zim or something like that had like John Stamos as the marketer, the brand spokesperson behind that. Zeam, Zeam, I believe. So there are some free advertising streaming television platforms, and of course Tubi as well, which is owned by Fox. So there's plenty of places that they could take R&B Divas, and remember those platforms. We also get to the house husbands conversation. Let's continue.
And more important than anything, the promoters are there. The promoters who will make this tour fantastic and amazing and incredible. The promoters who understand the value of the R&B Divas franchise. The promoters I've been in conversation with for a minute, who are ready to go, right? So I thank God.
I wonder if that includes the Black Promoters Collective. For those of you who don't know who that is one of the biggest Black promoters of all time. You guys remember the woman that we talked about of the arena at South Lake? She's also a part of the Black Promoters Collective. The Young Fly Entertainment has done some things as well. So there are some Black promoters out there. So I'm guessing it will be a R&B Divas tour this summer. Build up the fan base, of course, take the behind the scenes, do an R&B Divas documentary, see how that goes, and then of course take the feedback from that, then start building out the TV franchise from there. I'm guessing, because she just said tour. Well, her hat said tour. I don't see Nikki Gilbert anywhere. There's a person there, but I don't see any eyes. So let's continue.
That we're going to be doing this different this time. We're not going to have mess. We're already in development. The first city is going to be R&B Divas New York. I'm so proud of my partner.
Now, wait a minute now. She said R&B Divas North, South, East, and West. So why is it R&B Divas New York? Do you see what I mean by you have to listen to the quiet part that's not being said? And sometimes you have to replay information. Let's keep going.
There, who is partners, there who are already in the process of casting. We've had some really great conversations with some really fantastic women. That's part of the reason why people have been asking for it. And I had not been able to really move on it, because we're not just going to be like, hey, let's do R&B Divas and not have it attached to an ancillary opportunity, which is an opportunity outside of just the show, right? And now we've got people who are very excited about working with really talented women who have great followings and great community. You guys, with everything going on in the entertainment industry right now, this is not the time to be me, fi me. This is not the time for you to just be all up in the videos promoting your own shit. This is the time for you to be promoting things that promote community, because it is going to become even more difficult for you to reach your consumers as everything becomes about marketing. And these companies are spending millions and millions of dollars on these same platforms we on to market and promote the things that they're doing, right? They're spending more money on marketing and promoting than they're spending on the actual content itself. Another thing I saw recently was that the clip is the content, because people's attention spans are very short. One place people gonna go and they gonna be there and they gonna watch to the end or be there till the lights come on is in these live shows and these concerts. R&B Divas was always about a concert. It was always about a tour, you guys. I don't know how many ways that I can tell you. Anybody who tells you that I stole their tour idea or that I was shitted on their tour idea or I didn't want to do their tour idea, that was not it. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's the whole reason why the show came up, because we were doing Soul Kids Cabaret, taping behind the scenes, getting ready for is this thing on? Tour.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it here because we can actually see Nikki Gilbert's eyes clearly. It's interesting when she said that, the clip is the content, right? And let me get on the big screen and say this, right? When we all listened to morning radio back in the day, there was a particular theme song, right? There was a particular thing. Let me get that up here. I think everybody will know. This particular thing. I think everybody knows this thing right here. Man, come on! Give it to me! Ow, ow, ow. It's the time Jordan Morning Show. Now, you're probably wondering, Braylon, why are you playing the Time Jordan Morning Show? Let me play it one more time because y'all didn't see it. Roll it one more time. Everything I do after the show is let me breathe, okay? One more time. Ow, ow, ow. It's the Time Jordan Morning Show. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing up the Time Jordan Morning Show? Back in the day, people actually listened to the Time Jordan Morning Show from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. live, right? And listening to a whole radio show was the album, right? But now when it comes to radio, they listen to the singles. What are the singles? The interviews, the funny segments. That's why video podcasting is so huge, right? And I remember when I was at Black School Radio at Kent State University, I was one of the first people. I was streaming live on Periscope. If you guys remember Periscope back in the day, when that was from Twitter, Periscope should have never went away, because now it would have been a part of the live streaming culture. And if I, was the black Elon Musk, but I would be the one with more sense than him, I would definitely bring back Periscope without question. I was streaming live on Periscope. I was also streaming live on Facebook Live, right? And, to be able to have, the show going on live, and then during the break, I'm talking to the audience, and that becoming content. It wasn't content back then. It was just part of the second screen experience. But, that's why Nikki Gilbert said that the clip is the content, right? Because people's attention spans are so short. And that's why when the Breakfast Club moved over to Netflix, and they lost that YouTube community, and everybody got upset about it because that free content, right, was free social capital that would make investors be like, oh, well, we see it's gaining social traction. Let's put some money behind this and then be able to get more cachet with the show. That makes sense. So that is why Nikki Gilbert said what she said about, when it came to, the clip is the content, and streaming is the new television, this, that, and the third. And, concerts have been huge. As you guys know, Live Nation and Ticketmaster have been found as a legal monopoly. And they do, I believe Live Nation has like $30 concert tickets. Yeah, $30 concert tickets, right? So if you can't get them, they're probably sold out by now, but still. And being outside has become a bigger trend. We talked about Gen Z and how they're going to the movies more and how they're, reviving malls. Like for myself, I'm not Gen Z, I'm a millennial, but I relate to the going to the movies because I've seen 3 movies in the movie theaters. That's the most I've done in many years, right? So being outside where there is great content to see, that's where people are going, because people are tired of being in the house. They are. But also, too, in the same token, they're tired of being, cooped up in the house. They're also tired of the same, constant loop of stuckness in terms of, oh my God, okay, another sitcom, okay, another drama, okay, another talk show, another game show, another this, another that, da. So let's continue on.
And I don't know what it is. It's really funny to me. Let me hit a corner in them Lolos, girl. It's really funny to me, right? How people be on that, like, it was, let me figure out how to say this, because I'm really in a space of like, I don't want it to come off, sometimes when you tell the truth, it comes off like, a little offensive to the person that you're telling the truth about, right? But oh well. If folks will cut up their nose to spite their face. People will look a gift horse in the mouth. Because somebody doesn't want it to be you, they will make it so that it's not them. And I respect that. I mean, listen, sis, bruh, whoever you are, if you have a problem with the lady who brought you into the R&B Divas franchise, if you have a problem with the lady who cast you, if you have a problem with the lady who said you work for me, I don't know why.
Okay, now hang on a second. Now listen, somebody in the R&B Divas universe is going to put 1 + 1 and it's going to equal 2. Okay, so that's good too.
No problem. But it's cool. But be clear, it doesn't change the facts. And the facts are, before anybody knew anything about an R&B Divas, it was an idea in this brain right here. One that I invited everybody, including all of the people who have such terrible things to say about it. I don't have a problem with anyone. I don't have a problem with not one single solitary female on the R&B Divas or who's ever been on the R&B Divas franchise. I love all of those women. Whether they love me or not is a personal choice for them. But me as a woman of God, me as a woman who, they know I brought them into this motherfucker because I love them. They know I brought them into this because I consider them a friend. They know I brought them into this because I wanted us all to win. And if they don't, I do. So there's that. It's just so many people that I would love to consider R&B Divas. And in order for that to happen, we got to make sure that these steps that we take with New York and with these other franchises does not become the messy, sloppy, garbage show that so many of these reality TV shows become. Because I don't think the fans and supporters of the show need it or care about the mess. I think they're really genuinely interested in getting to know us, getting to see a little sneak peek behind what's going on with our families, supporting us as we build our businesses. I think the vast majority of us are really excited about supporting each other. So, as a person who created the franchise, and now by the grace of God, I have a say in how it goes forward. It's my responsibility and my role to make sure that this is a safe space so that we can make R&B Divas what it needs to be. And I'm so humbled by it, and I'm grateful for it. And I think everybody is of the same mindset. Let's make this show sexy. Let's make it entertaining. And let's make it something that a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll show up for that. And I think we can do it. And like I said, we're doing Legendary Divas. We going in the, honey, we taking it to the stacks, baby. If you sang R&B and you consider yourself a diva in the positive way, the platform is available to you. And I know I have some proving to do.
Now, when you say if you a diva and you sing R&B, you do realize what you believe is R&B diva, right? It's gonna be different than the fans, right? Just want to keep it a buck, you know what I mean? And rest in peace to Angie Stone, who was an R&B diva. I believe she was on the Atlanta version of R&B Divas. So, it'll be interesting to see how that process will go of, who can be an R&B diva. Let's continue.
I know I have some proving to do, and I'm going to do that. We are going to do that. This franchise is going to be successful again. So thank you to anybody who is really excited about it. I hope when we make the announcement of how you will be able to watch it, you guys tune in. Please do me a favor. That little QR code over here, over there, this one right here with my finger at. That QR code will take you to divine9tv.com. Please register. Please subscribe. Please support, because we're building a community and we are working to make sure that we preserve legacies. All right, y'all.
So divine9tv.com, which I believe Divine 9 could be the Divine 9 of, the sororities and fraternities, right? So shout to them. All right. So I wanted to play that video because now we're getting to this. For MediaTakeout.com, okay? Now, here it is here. Real ex-husbands of Atlanta, Todd, Peter, and Apollo film new reality show. This is all alleged, y'all. Exclusive. Todd Tucker launching ex-husbands of Atlanta spinoff. Apollo, Croy, and Peter already signed on. Me and Takeout has the absolute Bravo blueprint scoop. While the ladies of Atlanta are busy filming season 17, the men they left behind are getting their own spotlight. We have exclusively learned that Todd Tucker is in deep development for a brand new series, tentatively titled Ex-Husbands of Atlanta. Ex-Husbands of Atlanta. The cast list is looking like a most wanted gallery of reality TV legends. Well, who's a legend is in the eye of the beholder, right? Our insiders tell us that Ty has been working overtime to bridge the gap between these former peach holders, and the project is moving full steam ahead. So, let me see if I can get all of them. That's Greg. Rest in peace to Greg. That's Apollo. That's Todd. And then that's Peter. The confirmed lineup. This isn't just a rumor. The receipts are starting to pile up. We can confirm that the following heavy hitters have already signed on to be a part of the project. Apollo Nida, Phaedra Parks, is back and ready to share his post-prison perspective on the franchise. Corey Bierman, fresh off his messy ongoing divorce from Kim Zolciak. Corey is reportedly ready to spill all the tea on their financial and personal collapse. Peter Thomas, the king of staying in a woman's business, is officially back. Peter recently confirmed his involvement, saying that a show about the Atlanta husbands doesn't make sense without me. the messy mission. This won't be your typical business-focused show. Sources tell me to take out that the series will dive into the unfiltered and messy details of their lives post-divorce. The drama of the show will cover their current dating lives, their struggles with co-parenting, most importantly, them trashing their famous exes. The missing link, Todd, is reportedly in high-level talks with Simon Guobadia, Portia Williams' most recent ex, joined the cast. As Simon signs on, expect the legal drama and scammer allegations to be center stage. Okay. Peter Thomas gives Todd his flowers. While the show might be about drama, the business behind it is solid. During a recent sit down, Peter Thomas had nothing but praise for Todd Tucker's hustle. Todd is really smart, hard worker, and a great dad, Peter said. He and Candy think a lot alike. They know how to turn every single controversy into a revenue stream. They are masters at the game. Todd is reportedly planning to launch the show on his own upcoming streaming network. Good Lord Jesus, everybody thinks that they can just do a network channel. Okay. Proving that he's learned everything he needs to know from the candy-coated school of business. The takeaway. With Todd at the helm and a cast full of men who have nothing left to lose, the ex-husbands of Atlanta is shaping up to be the most explosive spinoff in years. Bravo Bear watches back because the exes are coming for their own crown. Are you ready to see Apollo, Corey, and Peter tell their side of the story? Or are you strictly Team Housewives? Let us know in the comment. I want to bring something up, if you'll indulge me. Because I believe something like this already kind of happened. Let's watch this real quick. I just want to see something real quick.
From the network that brought you the BET Awards, the BET Hip Hop Awards, the BET Honors, Black Girls Rock, Celebration of Gospel, and the Soul Train Awards. Damn, they have a lot of award shows. Comes the newest season of the fakest reality show on television, Real Husbands of Hollywood. It's the story of one little person's fight to stay alive as the egomaniacs of the realm battle for power. Wait, that's that other show. It's the story of 5 Hollywood man divas desperately trying to prove to the women around them that they are, men. And the show with so many catchphrases.
About to put the balls on you. Stars like me take what we like. It's called endorsing.
There's the Mitch.
You'd think they were starting a t-shirt company. Starring Napoleon, Mariah's boy toy, Cujo, Hadn't Heard, voice of recent lawyer chick, deadbeat con man, and every other black actor ever. Except for that Twinkie-loving cop from Die Hard.
Why is he here?
Because family matters.
Oh, there he is. It's romance.
I'm trying to spend the rest of my life with you. The rest of my life starts over in a moment.
Action. Drama.
The baby came out. Move. Oh my God. What?
And the breathtaking conclusion to the most literal cliffhanger since... that movie Cliffhanger. Real Husbands of Hollywood. The biggest reality show ever. Premieres Tuesday, October 14th at 10 following the Hip Hop Awards. Isn't Kevin just adorable? I want to put him in my pocket.
So, I believe that show has already been done, right? Hey, Yolanda Cameron, good to see you. Hey, Braylon. Hey, Yolanda. Love you, value, appreciate you as always. You know that, beautiful. Why don't these ex-husbands go get a real job, especially Peter Thomas with the shrug emoji? As Yolanda Cameron knows, because I do the Onyx collab on Clubhouse, I've been doing that for about, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. So I've been doing Onyx collab for about 6 years on Clubhouse, which is crazy to believe that. Like I said, I've been doing my own thing for a long time, so I don't need to be, elevated in order to be somebody, because I know I am a somebody by the hard work and the consistency of how I move. Consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. That's my life formula. Figure out your own. Now, with that being said, I played that video of Nikki Gilbert, right, and how she wants to bring back R&B Divas, right? Now, if you're going to bring anything back, right, or if you're going to create something new, the first thing you have to see is, first of all, is there an audience for it? Now, Kevin Hart did the Real Husbands of Hollywood, right? Which you could consider that the first, house husband, show ever, right? You consider that a part of the Bravo universe if you really want to, right? But in the same token, though, when it comes to reality TV, right? What I've come to recognize, and I said this in my description box before the show, right? When you think of T.I. and the Family Hustle, right? When you think of Run's House, when you think of Growing Up Hip Hop, right? Men are usually a part of the cast. They're not the main star, right? And when I think about T.I. and the Family Hustle, when I think about, Run's House, when I think about, I'm trying to think what other damn reality show is out there with just, a man. You could probably say the Howard Stern show when he did Howard TV and stuff, not a real reality show, but it had reality show elements. The thing about those men is that they hold their own. Let me say that again. They hold their own. Once again, they hold their own, right? Now, let's go back to the cast list, right? Let's go back to the cast list. This is no shame, but I break this down from a media point of view because this is what the hell I do, right? I am the chemical X of social media. I'm the chemical X of the media industry. I'm the chemical X of everything else, right? So let's look at all of them, right? So Todd just came off a huge divorce with Candy. So, of course, people are curious to hear about, the other side and this, that, and third. So Todd is going to be known this reality show because of Candy's divorce, right? Peter Thomas has been to jail because he hasn't been able to pay his bills, this, that, and the third, Him and Cynthia have been divorced for a while now, right? So, but he really is not known as his own individual. So he's still connected to the Housewives franchise. Okay, that's the second person. Then you have Apollo Niner, right? Now, he was on, Married to Medicine with that gorgeous woman. I can't remember her name, but she was a beautiful woman. They're no longer together. And, he's made appearances here and there on other things, right? He's still out there, right? But he's still known by Phaedra Parks. And then you have Croy and Kim Zolciak. I think the last thing Kim Zolciak was a part of was Got to Get Out, right? Or, that show on Hulu where you have to, try to break out and you can still, a piece of the $1 million cash prize, right? Which was a great show. I think you should add everyday people to it because I would love to be a part of that. Oh my God. But I get why they did celebrities and everyday people because that dynamic of if you're a celebrity, do you really need the money? You know what I mean? And plus, I think y'all should do a singles edition of the show. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all gonna have to hire me full time, and the brother from the Marvel Universe, I know he's the host, but yeah, you need a more involved host because he was more of a narrator. No wrong for narrator, you know what I mean? But a host is like, how can I put this? A host recognizes that they're in the room, but the room is not about them, but they have to guide the room through the experience, right? And so with those four men, right, and then you have Simon Guobadia, right? And Simon, he's not really known for anything. I mean, he's known for Portia. He's known for not, he's known for defrauding the government and all that stuff. So these men don't have their own identities, right? And so if you're going to do this show, right, it's going to fall dead on arrival because this show is going to be fueled by their connection to the women, which why would I want to watch a reality show that is connected by other people? I'm just keeping it a buck. Like if I ever got a reality show, I know I can hold my own. You know what I mean? Because I have that personality for reality TV, but I also understand the magnitude of what I will be giving to the platform. I'm not connected to anybody where, okay, you know me because of this person, and this is the only reason why I'm having the show. Like I said with Nikki Gilbert, there is at least a R&B Divas fandom that wants to see that show. And so if most of the men on this show are not really wanting to be seen, or how can I put it? Let me flip the reverse around that. If the audience is not here to see these men and they don't have their own identities, the show is dead on arrival from my executive point of view. Now, of course, Todd is going to put this on his own network. I remember there was a individual that tried to do a network with Nubian TV that failed. Beyond TV network that failed as well. And I say that failed because we haven't heard any content about those two networks, right? And people think that, oh, just because I have connections and just because I have free time, that I can just put out anything and people are going to watch. Nah, that works. Like I said, we got to 1 million views over here because of originality, right? And y'all remember how I said this was going to prove who's a real content creator, who ain't a real content creator? If you notice right now, in a former broken, dilapidated, and decrepit sector, right? There are some people who are a supposed somebody's friend, but yet they review clips of that show still. So are you really a friend if you're still reviewing clips of that show? Then you have other people who all they can talk about is Carissa Shields, Remy Ma, and Krishan Rock. That's all they can talk about. They ain't got no other range, right? So at some point in time, if you want to exist, just be a one-trick pony. But if you want to live among the people, you have to have range. Let me say it 2 more times on the big screen. If you want to exist, be a one-trick pony. But if you want to live, then you have to be among the people. If you want to exist, be a one-trick pony. Talk about the same shit all the time. You will exist, and you will be on Zeus. But if you want to live, then you have to expand your territory, right? Be on ABC. And I think that this is going to have a Zeus energy to it. I do. I don't think that this show is really going to take off like they think. I mean, I think out of all of them, to be real with you, like Todd does have business experience. I will at least give him that. You know, I mean, he has done media, right? He was a part of the play with Denzel Washington, I believe, and Jake Gyllenhaal. He was a part of that on Broadway. So he does have a background, right? But just because you have a background in it doesn't mean that the culture is going to embrace you, right? And so I wanted to bring this article up here too. Shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25. Stephen A. Smith reveals a shocking truth about Molly Qerim. Her real name should be Molly Qerim Molly Qerim Lee, rather, or Molly Lee Bisley. Nasty, but that's the camera there. The ESPN anchor breaks his silence on what his co-host said exit, and what it really meant. Stephen A. Smith, rather, I was about to say Cam Newton, but here we go. Stephen A. Smith has never been one to shy away from a hard question, but when Cam Newton pressed him about Molly Qerim's surprise and exit from ESPN during a recent episode of Newton's show Funky Friday, the outspoken sports commentator offered something rarely seen on broadcast television, a moment of raw, unfiltered honesty. Smith wasted no time clearing the air. He finally denied any role in Qerim's departure, making it clear that not only was he uninvolved, but that his bond runs far deeper than what viewers ever saw on screen. For me, a personality who has long been portrayed rather as the dominant force behind First Take, the admission was both disarming and revealing. Molly Qerim's decade on First Take. Qerim joined First Take in 2015, quickly became the show's anchor, not just in style, but in temperament. She moderated some of the most explosive debates in sports television history, coolly navigating arguments between Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, later alongside Max Kellerman. Over the 10 years, she became as synonymous with the show as the Shy Matches that it made famous. Her departure in September 2025 was abrupt by any standard. One day she was there, the next she was gone. No farewell statement, no formal announcement. The sudden absence sent fans searching for answers and set off a wave of speculation about who or what was behind it. Stephen A. Smith and the ESPN shakeup. Smith confirmed during the Front Gate Friday appearance that ESPN leadership had been weighing lineup changes well before Qerim's exit became public. Bert Magnus, ESPN's content president, later acknowledged the network's intent to restructure its hosting roster, a move that eventually placed Shay Cornette in Qerim's former seat. Smith said that he had sensed something shifting in Qerim long before the announcement came. He admitted that there were moments where he questioned whether she still wanted to be there. None of the personal demands that came with maintaining such a high profile role, rather. It was not a criticism. It read more like the observation of someone who has been paying close attention for years. What followed was perhaps the most striking part of the conversation. Smith spoke about Qerim not just as a colleague, but as someone he genuinely cares for. He said she had trusted him with personal matters and that their friendship deepened during her final stretch at the network, particularly through her well-documented struggle with endometriosis. He said plainly that he misses her and that the loss of her personal presence has been felt behind the camera at first take. The kind of connection Smith described is not uncommon in live television, where the lines between professional and personal routinely blur, but spending years side by side on a set under pressure in front of millions of forges something that simple job title cannot capture. For Smith and Qerim, that bond appears to have been real and sustained. Qerim's lasting impact on sports media, whatever the internal mechanics of ESPN's decision, Qerim silver state is not in dispute. She brought credibility, composure, and a distinct presence to a program built on conflict in a format that often rewards the loudest voice. She held the center, and she did for a decade. Smith's comments do not fully explain what happened behind the scenes at ESPN. Network restructuring is rarely straightforward, and the reasons behind any type of departure tend to be layered. But what his words do offer some of the headlines where they provide a human account of what it looks like when a working relationship becomes a genuine friendship and what it feels like when that person is gone. Qerim has moved on from ESPN, and the sports media world continues to turn. But for those who watched her anchor one of the most watched debate shows in cable sports history, her absence from that desk remains conspicuous. So the reason why I want to read this, because it relates to the Real House Husbands of Hollywood, the Real House Husbands of Atlanta, right? When you think about those men, right? When you think about those men, you really don't have memories of the men, right? You have memories of the women. And if you really want to know who is up and who is down, go to BravoCon. And all of the panels are mostly women. Because why Bravo's audience is mostly women. Now, that's not to say that they're not men that doesn't mean that there are not men who don't watch Bravo, because they are. I watch Bravo. I watch The Housewives of Atlanta. When it comes on, I watch, the Housewives of Potomac. I've watched King's Court. I watch, Queen's Court. I like the King's Court, Queen Court shows. Potomac, I decently like it. Atlanta, I decently like it, but I tolerate it more than actually decently like it. I do all those show reviews, those after show review shows for you all, because you guys watch it, and I know that you guys like my perspective on things, and it's a time for us to have camaraderie with each other. I think that's what reality TV does. It gives us a platform to escape. It gives us a way to connect. Most of all, it allows us to have a place to fall when the world has gone crazy. So do I think the ex-husbands of Atlanta is going to be successful? Hell no. I don't. Based on the philosophy of it's going off of the men's dating lives now. It's going off of, their divorces, right? So they're still known by their ex-wives. They need to have their own identity in order for the show to be a success. If they don't have their own identities, it will fall down on arrival. Just keep it at a buck. So yeah, that's my take on it, y'all. I really wanted to come on and talk about this because I felt like this was an interesting destination. Maybe not a lot of people are talking about this, But as you guys know, we love taking anything in the world of Black culture and expanding the conversation. And, because I am able to bring you my media perspective, it allows me to be exploratory in my commentary. Anytime that you guys have come over to this YouTube channel, it hasn't been just a typical show of like, hey, here's the topic, topic, bang. It's like, no, this is an actual, factual, smacktual conversation, right? And I think about the creator economy right now, and I think that, Hollywood's beginning to recognize, like, oh wait, man, there's some shows on YouTube that are self-sustaining. If we can just put our super on their natural, we got a cash cow. Here's the problem though with that. You cannot culturally appropriate a content creator and not culturally appreciate them. So like I said, let's just say, for example, right, if Brainley's virtual tour, right, was on first of all, would be a huge deal to be on Stars, right? Stars, I believe they have about 17 million people. So if I get 5 million people a night, that's 25 million people a week. So that's basically half a Stars audience. So we're doing, good business. But there's a blessing and a curse to that. Stars is known more for scripted content. They are trying to get into the world of unscripted here and there with Fat Joe Talks and other things. They got, documentaries and all that type of stuff there. I don't think they've got into the world of reality TV yet. I believe they want to get into the world of reality TV, right? So if Brayley's virtual tour comes to Stars, then guess what? You got to do one of two things. Either you build your network around that star, like they did with Power and Omari Hardwick, or you find shows to complement that show, right? Which honestly, if I was on Stars, I would rather want them to find shows that complement Brainley's virtual tour, because if you build a network around me, it's like, okay, you can't have Braylon Lee as the face of Stars. You can, but you have to make sure that there is a lane for everybody to access the different sides of the network, right? Because nobody likes a one-dimensional platform. Nobody, baby. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing for Todd is what can they produce, right? That is not known. What angles can they take that have not been seen? And can they really stand on their own without being known for what they're connected to? If they can do that, then sure, it can be a success. But if they cannot, this is just a fun project to waste time. And like I said, I'm the first person to elevate dreams before killing them. But also too, like, this is how executives talk in boardrooms. Like, I'm just giving it to you honest, real, and true. Of networks, they look at your social media, they look at your numbers, they look at the demographics that you can relate to. I think the last time I went into, let's see here. I think the last time I went into YouTube Studio, which let me go into right now. Just kind of give you what I got going on here. Analytics. Audience. Okay. So, as of right now, 13 to 17 years old, 9.3%. 18 to 24, 6.4%. 25 to 34, my age demographic, because I'm 31, 34.8%. 35 to 44, 25.6%. 45 to 54, 11%. 55 to 64, 4.1%. And 65 plus 8.7%. So from 13 years old all the way to 65 plus, I'm in every category, which is a blessing to have. And then when it comes to gender, it's about 10% difference. Female, 45.5%. Male, 54.5%. So I have men and women watching me. So what does that tell you? I got everybody. Because I'm not just being a one-trick pony. I'm only talking about Krista Shields and Remy Ma and Krishan Rock, right? So I'm a little bit bigger than that, right? Maybe not in terms of the numbers, right? Because there are other content creators that have bigger subscriber bases, more total views than me. I understand that. But then again, you cannot run somebody else's race. I know what I'm doing is way different than most, but I'm good with that though. Like I said, I don't think people really understood the power, the weight, and the significance of us making it to 1 million total views on February 3rd. After everything I unnecessarily had to go through, I didn't give up on myself. And because I knew that I am more culturally aware than the other content creators in this broken, dilapidated, and decrepit sector, then I knew if I just stick to myself on myself and by myself and keep going and doing the thing that they don't have the capacity, capability, comprehension, the brain cells for my brain to execute, I'm gonna be fine. So anytime that a content creator is gonna want to pivot and talk about other things, they're gonna have a very struggling, smuggling time doing it because they didn't showcase to their audience that they had the inkling to do it. Now, see, I moved during a particular summer where I just showcased, I think it was Billy Porter, Lizzo, Cardi B, Mike Throw, all that stuff, right? Just to showcase that I can do other stuff. And then I just pounded the pavement. And look at where we're at now. See, if you don't showcase to your audience that you can be malleable, that you can be accessible, that you can be flexible to different things, you will be left behind. And you do have to know how to pivot. Now, the blessing of our format is we're live on tour. So anything that you guys are going on tour to talk about, we can talk about it, right? And sure, it is through a Black perspective, but I will definitely say that with our destinations, it is a combination of what's happening in the Black stream and mainstream culture. And it's a blessing because I've been able to do a little bit of everything and still be good. Not everybody can say that. So, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I believe that I am more of a credible source than the reality check with Ray J. When Ray J said that he was a journalist, I'm like, that's like Portia Williams saying that she's a journalist. And we all know Portia Williams and Ray J are journalists. I would be considered more of a journalist than them. Absolutely. So, just keeping it a buck. And by the way, y'all, at least I do not have this mindset, y'all.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not.
That bitch lives in Atlanta, Nene. You damn well know that by now. Quit asking me questions. Shout out to Nene Leaks. But sincerely, though, right? I think, one of the things I always say is one thing to call yourself is another thing to be chosen. It's true. There are many people that call themselves to believe they can be this, that, and the third. But here's the thing. Just because you call yourself doesn't mean the culture is going to choose you. Just because you call yourself doesn't mean the culture is going to choose you. Just because you call yourself to be this, that, and the third doesn't mean the culture is going to choose you to embrace you. You heard? That being said, I'm going to turn my camera now because we done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. And what a good show. Just want to come on for a little bit and give y'all that. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed that perspective there. Yes, indeed. So, with that being said, we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Brilliance Virtual Tour Live right after this. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylonly's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean in, feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylonly's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylonly got the vibe tonight. One thing's to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylonly's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylonly, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Braylonly, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
secret about our approach. We keep moving forward.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General, author, ruler, man. legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
I love you so much. I had to tell you thrice. Welcome back in to Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. Thornton says, and I quote, I know how you stir some energy, throw Kenya more in their business. Listen, I don't think that a person who has done Revenge P would be good in the mix. That's just my opinion. But hey, listen, who am I? But welcome in. Glad to have you here. Who's going to check me, dude? Listen, I am the chemical X of media, culture, and entertainment. So let's not go there, Florentin, okay? I love you, good sir. Let's not do that. Okay, let's not do that. What took this so long? It would have had a chance during the Nene heyday. You know, I don't know. I think Greg was his own person. I don't think Greg would have been a part of it. And nor do I think that Nene would have allowed it. You know what I mean? So but that's just me though. You know what I mean? So. Oh my Lord Jesus. Welcome in everybody to Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. We just got done talking about the fact that there is a Real Ex-Husbands of Atlanta series in development. Oh my God. Just wow. Not like there's other people who have, you know, a show or shows in development that they've been doing for a while. And, you know, they have the social capital. They've what is it? They gritted their teeth. What is it? Or they chewed their teeth into it. What have you? They've stumped the pavement. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I know. But it's quite crazy that this is happening, and you know, I don't know how I feel about this because I feel like at this point they're keeping the Housewives name because of the magnitude, you know, of the brand. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is at this point. Because really, who is a housewife on some of these shows? Like, it's mostly single women. You know what I mean? Just but I guess the single ladies of, you know, Atlanta does have the same ring as housewives, right? So, you know, there is that. So yes, indeed. But yep, we are just chillaxing, everybody. Glad to have all you here. Like I said, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, grandmothers, sisters who, you know, were siblings like a mom. Shout out to y'all and everybody in between, this, that, and the third. And not to mention too, like, the cultural and social capital of Bravo is too high with the housewives where they can't really evolve out of that. You know what I mean? Like, when you think of Bravo, you think of housewives. When you think of housewives, you think of Bravo, right? Go to BravoCon and you will see that the primary dominant show there is Housewives. Like, sure, there are other shows there, but they're not the stars. You know what I mean? Like, you got Married to Medicine. They have a panel, sure, but you know, it just is what it is. I do think that Bravo is, like I said before, is turning into a more of a general entertainment network, because they have Shaw's of Sunset, they have Below Deck, they have King's Court, Queen's Court, they tried Love Hotel, right? So I do think they're trying to become more of a general entertainment network, and not to mention the reason why they are trying to do that too is because guess what? You get more flies with honey than with vinegar. And not everybody watches Housewives, right? So if you make the network more of a general entertainment network where you can have shows that's like, that'll make you say, yes, you know, I want more of that. Bravo. You know, and bravo means, you know, that was amazing. You know, the highest creme de la creme of a compliment for what you did. So I think if Bravo leans into that Bravo energy of like, yes, this is the kind. If you want to see who's next and who's going to make you say bravo, this is the network to see who's going to make you say bravo. Like, I think that's the direction that I think that they should. And yeah, so we'll see. Okay. But yes, indeed, y'all. Well, y'all, I think that's about it for me. I'm going to go ahead and let it ride out all the way to maybe 1:22 p.m. We'll see here. Not 1:22 p.m. Child, that's earlier in the day. I meant to say 1 hour. You see, it's time for me to go. But 1 hour and 22 minutes. We'll let it go to that, and then we'll be done here. Yes, indeed. So. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So yes, indeed, y'all. So yep, we're almost there to 1 hour and 22 minutes, and then we will definitely end it there with the daily motivator and make it do what it do. So. So yes, indeed, there. By the way, if you missed this morning's show, please go back and watch that. That was a great show. And then before that, we talked about Stefan Diggs, the trial, and very breakdown. Apparently, there's some more text messages that have come out. Shout out to Jesse Wu, because Jesse Wu put out a video about Mila saying that that Stefan and the hairdresser were both lying on her. So, of course. More to come from that story. If there's any more significant developments happening, I will let you guys know about. Like I said, I could report on that, but it's just like, yeah, at this point, like for real, you know what I mean? But always something going on around chat. So as we get ready to be in the last 10 seconds here of the show, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Let's get to the daily motivator here. Here we go, everybody. It's time for the daily motivator. Here we go. Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task. Ooh, talk about William James. Very nicely said. It is time for the daily motivator for Friday, May 8th. 2026. Take an interest. Do more than just skimming through life. Take the time to take an interest. Do what generally interests you. Do the work to focus on it, to think it through on many levels. Learn all you can about it, deepening your understanding by teaching and explaining it to others. Don't settle for a mere passing interest. Develop a passionate interest, perhaps several of them. In every direction you have your pick, you'll always be able to uncover something to ignite your interest. All kinds of people, places, events, and subjects are as interesting as you choose to make them. Take an interest, take an interest, and life continues to fascinate. You know what's funny? I was talking with somebody earlier today, and I'm helping them with a project, and they were like, "Wow, what you said made a lot of sense." This after I was giving them suggestions on their project and stuff like that. And I never really knew I could, do. I never knew I could be in that fashion, right? And I have to give my friend Haley Robinson credit. Shout out to Malaysia's Magical Twist. She sold over 1,000 books. I'm so damn proud of that woman. Truly, 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 I am. And I am helping somebody out with a book, and just kind of giving them critique and direction and just the sense where it could go. And I didn't know I could do that, right? Like when I did Malaysia's Magical Twist, it was a kid's book, right? So I had to be in a whole new gear, right? Because my audience is mostly, adults, young people, right? So, understanding, what you do and taking an interest in a new direction is nothing bad. That's the first thing I want to tell y'all, right? The second thing I want to tell y'all is this. It says in every direction you have your pick, but recognize within the picking that you do, make sure that it is because you generally want to do it, right? You never want to do an interest just because it takes some time. If you do that, you will fall dead on arrival. And finally, all kinds of people, places, events, and subjects are as interesting as you choose to make them. I want you to keep that in mind for future reference, right? Because I think sometimes people say, "Oh, there's nothing to talk about. Oh my God, I gotta wait for something to die. This, that, and the third." It's just like, no, you don't have to wait for anything to die in order to be a content creator, unless you're washed up, dried up, and you ain't got nothing else to give. Then just say that shit. Then say that shit, right? But I think sometimes people, they choose what they want to do, which is their right? It's free will. But also, too, don't come on the internet saying what you cannot do when there are other people actually doing it. Don't say what you cannot do when there are other people doing it. Don't say what you cannot do when there are other people doing it. Just say, I don't have the capacity, capability, comprehension of brain cells to expand myself because I am one-dimensional. Just say that to your audience, but don't play on their intelligence, okay? All right. And with all that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you're special, because you are always one of us, and trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Well, that's one thing to call yourself. It's nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You has spent time with me, and hopefully by spending time together, rise and break together. Always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, live your best life, or you recognize that just because you can do something doesn't mean it's going to be successful. Like, it's going to take understanding who you are and understand the work you've done in order for anything to work. Make sure the replay's not just for you. Watch it. Let's do it if you want to do it. Again, I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, see what you got to give, see what you got to give, see what you got to give it. Where obstacles you've overcome, where successes you have achieved upon this particular day. I'm extremely proud of you, but no one's proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen, I know that this is just the beginning of May. Like I said, I don't know what the future is going to hold. I really don't. But I know who holds the future. That is God. I remember when Star Jones said that on The View. I'm like, you know what? That's a beautiful way to be able to, move forward in life. Like, you don't know what the future holds, but you know who holds the future. And I think sometimes in this thing called life, we forget who's in control. Because we see so much out of control, we forget that, wait a minute, there is somebody in control. So if you ever are struggling, smuggling with your mindset on, is the world going to be okay? Just recognize who's in control and you'll be okay. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on for you, all of us as a society, as people, as a culture. I feel the love. I send it right back to you. Again, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to every mother out there, whether you're a mother, a grandmother, a new expecting mother, sisters who raise their siblings, as a mom, to all the women that, mentor other young ladies, and you have a mother energy to you, and to everybody in between who is raising women in this village. One love, much love, all of to each and every single one of you. Without women, there is no world, okay? Without women, there is no world. Let me say that on camera. Without women, there is no world, okay? You understand that? All right. Much love, everybody.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like Qerim, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like Qerim, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like Qerim, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it. Are video games getting too expensive? This episode.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.